Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. If you have ever towed a trailer behind your truck or car, you know that it's a white knuckle ride. It can be hard on the vehicle, it can be hard on the driver, it can be hard on the trailer as well. But there's a solution now. AirSafe Hitches has come up with a way to make towing safer and to make it a lot more comfortable. Tell me what AirSafe Hitches offers.
They offer three versions: the gooseneck, fifth wheel, and receiver to go on any trailer. Smooths out the ride by 90%, and it's all controlled by the airbags. All of our hitches are US made in Minnesota and shipped from our warehouse there.
It all started with the gooseneck there. How long has that been around?
25 years at least.
What's the warranty like?
2 years on everything, but I've been selling these hitches for 18 years. I got customers that haven't replaced any parts on any hitch.
Well, let's talk about the construction that makes that possible.
They're heavy duty steel. Everything is powder coated so it doesn't rust, and we have very strong metal. I do not know of a case where we've totaled a hitch.
And the rubber itself, that stands out to me as something that might be the weak point, but you say it's not the case.
Right. The airbags on the gooseneck and the receiver are custom bags by a company out of California, and the airbags on the fifth wheel are Firestone airbags, same one used in the trucking industry.
And it takes a whole lot more beating with the semi-truck than it would here.
Correct.
Now let's talk about the physics of the whole thing. How does an AirSafe hitch actually make towing easier on my vehicle?
Well, basically, your truck and trailer on a rigid hitch, it'll bump, everything goes up and down. Your back wheels hit, it brings the trailer down. Back wheel, the trailer hit, it brings it up. So what the air hitch does, it puts a cushion in between. It's like putting a trampoline in between the truck and trailer so that it smooths out the ride. One doesn't affect the other one.
What's installation like on these?
Very easy. The gooseneck, this goes up in your receiver tube, sits down on the ball, and you adjust the air the first time. There's an indicator on the side with a green stripe where you want to be with the trailer attached. And that's really all you need to do. When you want to unhook, you don't do anything with the air. You just lift it off the ball, and the next time you go back to the same level you had. So if you have like a horse trailer, your weight usually doesn't change.
And for the fifth wheel, it just bolts on. There's adapters for different vehicles.
Right, there's adapters for the Ford, Dodge, and GMC, and they're all different.
And of course for the receiver, that slides in just like your regular hitch would.
Receiver is 2-inch, 2.5-inch, or 3-inch receiver tube, anywhere from the low end of 400 to 500 pounds to 3,000 pounds of tongue weight and 30,000 pound trailer.
And AirSafe hitches, you've thought of everything, including the bracketry as well.
Right, we have a bracket for the weight distribution, a standard ball mount, and then we have one where people have a couple different trailers they want to pull at different levels. So we have an adjustable ball mount that bolts on our hitch, and then these pins you just pull to raise or lower to the height that you need, put them back on.
Well, AirSafe Hitches makes it easier to tow your vehicle, makes it a lot more comfortable, makes it a whole lot safer. Check them out at airsafehitches.com. You know, grinding has been around forever, and there are all kinds of specific grinding tools for particular jobs. But guess what? All of those tools are wrapped up here in one. This is the Ameribraid Fastback. Tell me, Kevin, how is this tool so versatile?
Here's your real traditional grinder right here. We made sure we got to do all the traditional style grinder, very good with the machines. You got a work rest right here, perfect for profiling. You know, if you got a little tab or something like this that you cut out with a plasma cutter, torch or something, we can come in here and start cleaning stuff. You could also pop this work rest out and go horizontal with it. That allows us to flip the machine over and go vertical. We got some variable speed too, so you go a little slower.
And that's worth the price of admission right there, but it can do a whole lot more than that.
Yes, it can. You know, like I talked about, you said it's a lot of grinders in one, so now a lot of the problems you usually have when you make a tab like this is if this were a seat tab or a shock tab or something like that, maybe on a race car or a chassis, you have to notch this out to fit on that tubing. So let's show you how we do that real quick with this machine, the Fastback.
How many different attachments are there for the machine?
Somewhere around a dozen right now, and always adding more. You can throw any other attachment in. The one I'm going to show you right now is called the small wheel holder.
How often do you get somebody coming up and saying, hey, do you have an attachment for XYZ? And you say, I don't, but you make a new one for them.
All the time.
Yeah?
So yeah, we're always thinking, always listening to feedback from the customers, because our end goal is to make this as versatile and handy as we can. Yeah, it works great for small garages, works great on the road, like you said, in trailers, stuff like that. For this one, we make these mandrels from 1/4 inch to 2 inch and 1/4 inch increments. I'm gonna show you guys the 1.5 inch one, and you just reroute your belt back over.
So using the same belt for all the grinding applications, basically?
Yeah, same belt. It's 2 inches wide, 72 inches long, very common belt. You could buy it anywhere. If I wanted to freehand, which I usually do most of the time, we can come in here and notch that out.
Cool, and you can do that freehand. You can also add the work table as well.
Yeah, so now it helps us do that. We've got all different size manuals. But like you said, if maybe you don't want to freehand that, you can also use this work rest. And two, you feel free to use angles if you need to. And this works great in the horizontal position. Come right back in. You can do that if you like. I mean, you can really use it for anything your imagination can conceive, but a lot of people need to notch tubes, and this works great for that. So you switch the work rest like this. We have some methods. You could follow us, look online for making sure this gets squared up. Make sure we lock everything down here. Go ahead and fire up. And I'll put a little notch in this 1¼ inch tube. Simple as that. Real traditional classic notch.
If you've got a small shop or you're taking your shop on the road, this might be the only tool you need, and it is made in the USA, every bit of it. Check them out at ameribraid.com. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, so keep it right here.